Okay, this is me, the way I do my avocados. A bit hard to see, but I've actually got a whole lot of stones in the bottom of the pot here. Avocados apparently don't like wet roots, which I find hard to believe because you can grow them in water, although I've never had any success. Apparently you can. Now here's avocado seeds. Here in New Zealand they're actually very small, very small. Here's one there, you see the shape of them. Okay, the pointy bit is the top. Where it was actually attached is the bottom, so that goes in the ground that way. Okay, must go in the ground that way. Now this other one here, we've got two of them here. This one here is already starting to crack. It's already starting to crack open, and you won't be able to see it in the video, but the little seed is about 3/4 of the way down the bottom, that way up, right, and that's where the roots come out first. And they actually have to crack all the way through before they'll before the stem can come out through the top. Now what I do, I've seen it done before, I cut a little bit off the top of it. I'll cut it off and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Just bear with me. Okay, so that's how much I cut off the top of the thing, right, and it goes in the ground with that cut off bit to the top. Once again, the bottom is where it was attached to the tree before. So they've always got a pointy end and a flatter end. Pointy end is the top. Now this is just out of the garden, but we actually put a lot of sand with the garden last year from the sand hills, and where the sand was, that it hadn't seen the sea for, I don't know, could be thousands of years, you wouldn't know. But anyway, lots of sand in the mix here. So I'll put that in the pots and then I'll start it up again and I'll show you how I plant them. So this is the way I'll plant them, protruding out through the top like that. I fill the pot almost right to the top, because by the time you give them a bit of a water they do sink down a fair bit. And you might see there is already a crack. That's the one that had the bottom cracked out, but I cut a bit of the top off as well, so just to give it a head start, cut the top off. And so it's the way I plant them. And this one here, because it's already split, it may come through in another maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks, depending on how warm it is and how much sun they get. I think it needs to be pretty warm. So all I do, here's one here, all I do is just make a bit of an indentation in the top. Right, get my avocado seed and just plonk it in there like that, just near the top, and then just put the soil around it again. It's not rocket science, but this seems to be the way that works for me. Other people grow them in water with the 3 toothpicks, but I've never had any success at all growing them that way. So, and I've more or less had 100% doing it this way. So this is the way I'll stick to it. It works for me. So there we go. There's some there, and I'll just go inside and I'll show you some that I've grown. They're less than a year old, grown here in New Zealand inside. Apparently they will withstand a little bit of a frost, but you have to sort of mother them through it for a start before they will. So, and here's one here. Well, it's less than a year old anyway, so it's grown pretty good. There's an apple tree there. That's how much it's grown in less than a year. And here's another one. It would have to be 6 foot tall probably. And that's another apple tree, just grown from seed. Another avocado there. And I'll just come over here. This is either a pear or an apple tree, this one. Another little avocado. Ginger. Avocado again. Apple or a pear. Apples and pears down here, and then right in there It's an apricot. It's the only one we actually got to grow in this bunch here. So yeah, so there you go. You can have success with avocados. There you go. Righto. Another thing I should add too, once they're planted, I like to give them a good water every day, and because the soil is free draining, they don't seem to rot or anything. And also the best avocados that I've grown are the ones that I got from Eastern Africa, Uganda or Congo. They're enormous. The seeds are about the size of a normal apple, and of course the flesh part is very big as well, and yummy tasting. So you see there how they split open, and once they split, the roots are down the bottom growing, and then out comes the stem, and they grow very quickly when it's warm, because this is winter time here at the moment in New Zealand. So there you go. And also the stems on them are prone to getting sunburned, so the leaves themselves grow and hang down and protect the main stem or the trunk once they take off. So there you go, all good. Roger.